Hello, my Cancerian friends. What a month for you. There's going to be another eclipse in your sign, and it's your happy birthday month and your solar return. There's so much going on, so let's get into it. Hello, everybody. I'm Vickieverlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess. This is the reading for Cancer Sun, Rising, and Moon. We're going to use the main deck, the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, and then we're going to pull a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. And then finally, we're going to pull 3 cards for a Patreon level 2 people. If you're interested in that, you can find out about it. Okay, let's get shuffling. Now, the cards have been thoroughly shuffled in between the videos. And what I'm doing now is just a very loose shuffle to allow Spirit to pull out the cards that are for you. This is such a powerful month. I mean, last month was super powerful too, but we're having, normally you get one new moon a year. One new moon, one full moon. You're having 2 new moons this year, and they're eclipses. So it's like crazy powerful what's going on here for you guys. It's powerful energy, and you should try to use it to your advantage. You know, this is very unusual that you would have 2 eclipses back to back in your sign. That's very, very unusual. Well, actually, the second one isn't an eclipse, my mistake, but there is going to be another eclipse while the sun is in Cancer, but it's a full moon lunar eclipse. I know I try not to get too astrology. By the way, if you do want to know what your rising sign and you don't know, I do have that free chart thing on my website. You get an astrology printout, and there's a video that kind of will explain it to you. You can purchase if you're interested. Well, the first card out is the 3 of Cups. And the 3 of Cups is a time of happiness and celebration, which is your birthday. Most of your birthdays are going to be in this time frame, in July. And that new moon, which is on the 20th, but you had another new moon eclipse back last month in June. These are super powerful times, and the actual date of your birthday is another super powerful time, because that is your solar, we call it your solar return. That's when the sun goes around and comes back to the point of your birth, and it's your solar new year. It's your personal new year. It's the time to set your course for what you want to manifest and guide where you want to go for the next upcoming year. And it's more powerful than any other time of the year. So 3 of Cups, this is what's talking about. Then it says we're going to have news coming in the time of fire. So right after that eclipse, or I keep calling it an eclipse. There is an eclipse happening, but it's your second new moon, which is on July 20th. You had an eclipse back in June 20th, and we're having a second new moon. Right after that, there's a new moon on the 20th. The sun moves into fire. It moves into Leo on the 22nd. So it feels like whatever you're doing to manifest, you're going to hear about it pretty quickly. You could hear about it as soon as like the 22nd or later when the sun moves into Leo. And it's something really favorable. Somebody's looking at your work. They're looking at your work and they're admiring it, and they're thinking you might be just the right person for the job. This is going to lead to a lot of money for you, potentially. There's potential for a lot of money. The 10 of Pentacles is the highest money card in the entire deck. It's financial security. For some of you, this could also maybe be some sort of a real estate transaction or an inheritance too. For some of you, you may be selling the family home, and you may be like splitting up the money afterwards. Because it feels like there's some emotional attachment to it. There's some sadness. I mean, now let's talk about the eclipse. I keep saying, but the eclipse in July is on July 4th, which is a holiday, which this also can represent a holiday or birthday. When something's eclipsed out of your life, it always is for your best things. You have Wheel of Fortune and Star here, so there's higher forces working in your favor. It's always going to be for your best, to make your life better in the long run. But sometimes, and especially you Cancerians, you get emotionally attached to things. So there could be an emotional attachment to where you're not sure, you're not sure that you want to let it go. So maybe if it's the family home, it's like, oh, we grew up here, or whatever. Even if it's your home that you've lived in or raised your own kids in or whatever, it's like, oh, it's hard to leave this behind. You have an emotional attachment to it, but it's in reverse. So it's not that bad. I mean, 10 of Pentacles is something that you definitely want to take advantage of. I can't help but noticing too that you have 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, and 3 of Swords. So you have 3 threes. 3 is a card of foundations. It's a card of abundance. It's actually a very favorable number to have in here, even though the 3 of Swords is not that great. Down here, it's major arcana across the board. Wheel of Fortune, Hermit, and the Star card. The Star card is a beautiful symbol of spirits and angels that are bringing in opportunities, that are bringing in beautiful things into your life. For some of you, this may be somebody who has passed on, and maybe they were suffering. Maybe they were suffering and now they're moving to spirit, and then they're just wanting you to know that it's cool, they're better now, they feel better, everything's good, they don't feel they're gone, they're not dealing with the suffering anymore. The Hermit is, taking time to reflect. This is it's not your card necessarily, the Moon is your card, but this card reminds me of Cancerians a lot, because sometimes you want to get into your shell. Sometimes you go into your shell, and you need to withdraw into your shell in order to rejuvenate and in order to feel better, and then you come out, feeling different and feeling better. Wheel of Fortune is here, so it's a time for you. It's your fate and destiny comes into play, and it's fortunate, and when the wheel is up, things are looking up, things are going in the positive direction. But also, because we had the eclipse solstice thing last month, and we have a second new moon in your sign this month. That's what's going on. It's time to really, you can create your destiny, you can shape your destiny, you can ride that wave of that destiny into the future and create the life you want. This is a super powerful time. Every year it's a super powerful time on your birthday, the most powerful time on your birthday and your solar return to create your reality going forward. But this time it's like supercharged. It's 2 new moons. One of them is the eclipse. And then there's another eclipse going on while the sun is in your sign. It's a lunar eclipse. It's just crazy how much energy is focused on the Capricorn Cancer axis, but mainly on you, on the Cancerians. Super powerful, super duper. It's super duper. Okay, so I'm going to start shuffling. I wanted to mention, speaking of that eclipse and that summer solstice eclipse, that energy is so powerful. It continues on, for the next 3 months at least, or even 6 months to the year, when you factor in the eclipse. So it's been really popular. I'm going to keep I said I would keep it till the end of June, but I'm going to go even 1 more week. I'm going to extend it 1 more week because I'm late getting these readings up because I've been so busy doing those. So if you do want to order that reading, check it out. Another thing I do offer, if you don't have a lot of money to work with, I do offer those for $22. There's those astrology reports. Those are super thorough, and it gives you all the planetary energy for the upcoming year. It's like 60-some pages long, so that's something else to consider. But whatever, if you're interested in any of it, you can find more in the descriptions below, the description of this video. Everything's listed there. Let's shuffle up and get our animal totem card for our Cancerian friends for the month of July of 2020. The cat. Everybody wants to be a cat. Alright, let's read what I wrote initially. Stealth huntress of the night, ancient intelligence, familiar of the goddess, waiting patiently for the time to act, being flexible with balance and grace. So there's a few things here. The goddess energy, that's, the Cancer moon, that's your moon as goddess. That's very much in tune with your vibe all the way around. So there's an affinity, because the familiar to the goddess, there's an affinity with the cat, with the Cancerian people. And then being flexible with balance and grace. There's some sorrow in whatever's being let go of, but better things are ahead, and it's all meant for the good. So you need to be flexible. You can't say, well, I don't want anything to change. I want it all to stay the same. I want to stay in my family home forever. Change is inevitable. With the eclipse season, and especially because one of the eclipses was in your sign, the new moon in your sign, another eclipse going on when the sun's in, all the things I've been talking about, change is inevitable. So use it and change things for the better. Don't be crying crying about it, because it's nothing to cry about. And if it is, for some of you, someone has passed on, they're here. They're watching over you. They're showering down blessings upon you, and they want to make everything okay. They want you to know everything's okay. All right? All right. So hey, Cancers, again, I can't emphasize enough how important this is. Write your list. Write what you're trying to manifest. Actually write it out. What is it you want to create for this time? Don't let the universe just have its way with you. Be a conscious creator, co-creating with the universe at this most powerful time of the year, and the most powerful time probably in many years for you guys, okay? All right, what I've done here is I'm cutting the deck because we're going to go ahead for our Patreon level 2. There's going to be 3 additional cards pulled from the song Journey Home. If you want to find out about that, again, links below. If you want to hit that subscribe button, it's most appreciated if you like my content. Thank you so much. Have a great solar return. Happy birthday. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, everything you do. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great solar return, great birthday, great second new moon, great eclipse, the whole shebang. All right, Cancers. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.